Yeah, what up, everybody?
What's going on?
Happy New Year. This is the Squeegee Live podcast, and we're out here living our best life, right, Mark Tanner? I feel like we
Absolutely.
are. I
Well,
feel like we're living
best
our
we
best
can.
life. Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
the best we can. Anyway, what else can you do
Well, Happy
besides
New
the best
Year.
you can? Yeah, my New Year was pretty dope. How about yours?
Well, we stayed in. I
You
don't go
stayed
out
in?
for New Year's
Yeah,
anymore.
we
I'm not
don't.
a fan of. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't do the going out either anymore. We used to do a bunch of that, but
Yeah. At some point, that New Year's Rockin' Eve show was on my television,
uh huh.
and with music that they were playing, I'm an opinionated person, so you have a more, how should I say this? You have a more open mind when it comes to certain music. I noticed that in your videos and
Yes,
stuff.
yes,
And
yes.
like, I kind of cringe when some of the music that they were playing. I'm like, turn this shit off. Let's just
I'm
watch a Netflix movie.
I'm an open spirit when it comes to music. I like rap. I like outlaw country. I like rock. I like 80s music. You know what I mean? I'm kind of all over the place. I just like music. I've always been a fan of music that kind of make that moves you. You know what I mean? If it moves me, it says something to me, then I want to listen to it. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. I listen to
Yeah.
everything. I'm all over the place with music. What's up, Lewis Coatney, Pro Wash, Missouri? What's up, man? Long time no see from Lewis. He don't even watch us no more. I thought there was a problem. I thought we had beef. Chris Johnson, my homie Chris Johnson. I hope that bid went well. Ryan Fewster, thumbs up, Ryan.
Well,
Jason Lehman, what up, brother? Bill
Tina,
Jordan, what's up, Mark?
there's a lot of guys trying to do podcasts.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Out
yeah,
there,
yeah,
they're
yeah.
popping up everywhere. I mean, the only one I haven't seen, and I maybe I know I'm wrong
Us,
about this,
hey,
but
all I can say is us and Jersey. We're the ones that
yeah. But
you know.
like to me, Facebook Live, that's the same thing like a podcast.
Mhm.
You just want attention, is
Yeah,
what it is. You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? So these guys that put themselves live, even Ron hasn't been on as much lately.
Oh yeah, I've noticed
And
that as well.
but Joe's all over it. Everybody's making videos, and the
I
solar
actually,
panel guys, and
I actually seen Joseph Henry Hardy in the Outlaw Window Cleaner group for the first time in a long time. You
yeah,
know what I
he's
mean?
down in Boca doing some consulting.
I
I
haven't
guess.
seen him like post anything. He must have unblocked me or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is
I'm gonna
whatever.
get. I'm gonna. He wants to get together. He's only like 20 miles south of me now,
Hmm.
and I know he contacted me when he was down. Said let's go to lunch, and I'm like, yeah, I'm cool with that. I work in Boca, so And then he contacted me over the weekend, and I said, I'll get with you early next week. And it's just been I'm still working on that construction cleaning job, and so I got to get that under my belt. That was supposed to be done actually in July of last year.
What,
but
that
they
lift
weren't
job?
ready for- Yeah.
Did you get the
lift's
lift?
done.
Okay, I was gonna say
The
because we
lift's
spoke.
done.
So you
but-
dodged the bullet on the $6,000, the extra
Well,
6 grand, or no?
Here's what happened. The lift shows up,
Mm.
okay, and well, see, I'll give you the whole story because we got time anyway. That job was supposed to be done in July. When I bid that job, they had swing stages, 3 swing stages, all over the building. So my deal was, I'm going to put 2 to 3 guys there. We're going to pull the Blue Max. We're going to wash the windows on the outside. Okay, we show up in July.
Mhm.
They're not even done halfway painting the building. They're
Oh
still
shit!
spraying their stucco and whatnot. So they're like, come back next month. August, we go back. I didn't even walk in. The shit's half painted. So
Thanks, you babes.
I go, look, let me know when you guys are done. We'll come in. Okay. Come in and second week of December.
Mhm.
Show up in the second week of December.
Mhm.
Not a swing stage to be found.
Mhm.
Okay. So my guys start trying to pull the Blue Max off from a chair. It's not easy because, number one, the Blue Max it wasn't sticking. It was pretty much coming off.
Mhm.
But they're big windows. They're like 4 foot wide, 6 foot
You sent me
tall.
a picture. I got an idea what the size of the basket
Yeah.
and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, so what happens is, and the Blue Max is full of stucco and stuff, so it actually adds a lot of weight to it. And, they pull one off and it balls up like to the size of a soccer ball.
Right.
What are they supposed to do with it? You know, there's traffic and people below.
Yeah.
Can't drop it down. They can't carry it with them.
Right.
So I went back in there after they said, you know, we're not getting anything done here. It's taking too long. So I went back and I said, we need to get swing stages back on here. So they take me up to the roof. The building doesn't have a davit system. And they were using that Baker scaffold with counterweights. And the problem is on the top floor, there's a swimming pool now there. That wasn't there before. It was there, but it was covered up. All right. So there's no way to set up the Baker scaffold in that area. So I go, okay, now the next option is we need a lift.
And a big one at that.
Yeah, they go, there's not a lift that'll reach us. I go, how tall is this, you know, up to the top? And he says 175. I go, they make a 185. And the guy's like, no, they don't. And I'm like, yeah, they do. I've seen it. I've never driven it. It's 185 foot. Okay. So he goes, well, how much are you willing to put in towards that lift? I go, I'm not putting anything in it. I'll put people in it. I go, you know.
Yeah.
Right? So they start calling around. Dude, that lift is $13,000 a week.
I know my cousin rents lifts. That shit.
That big? Dude,
we've actually pulled one in before to on a job to use. Yeah, and they're not cheap, man. That's a very highly overly engineered piece of machinery because your life depends on it. So it's going to be expensive.
Dude, it's got a computer screen
Yeah.
that tells you where you are at all the time, and it won't let you go to certain areas. So, they drop it off. It has a transport mode and then a working mode. So the tires shrink themselves in. So they leave it in the road. Okay, it takes 14 feet between the tires to stretch this thing out. And I'm like, I don't want to look like I don't know what I'm doing. But honestly, on that machine, I didn't know what I was doing. So I called the company up. I'm like, your guy dropped it in transport mode. We need to know how to get this thing open. So they go through. I'm reading the manual on it. There's nothing there.
Right.
We're pushing the button to stretch the wheels out. Well, you have to drive it, and the wheels go out as you're driving it. We got all that figured out, and I worked in it only one day. I was very comfortable in it because as big as it is, it's not a lot of sway. But when you got something 185 feet up, if it moves 6 inches at the bottom, it's moving 7 feet at the top.
Right.
You know, we were in that fucker in 15-mile-an-hour winds.
Yeah.
Because what happens is they dropped it off on Tuesday. Wednesday was New Year's, so we didn't work Wednesday.
Right.
The guys worked Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and the machine has an hour meter on it, right? And they said every 8 hours is a day. So if you think you're going to run this thing all night long and get away with one day,
right,
it's not going to happen.
Right.
Basically, the guys had to get it from the top floor, you know, let's say that's 15th floor, down to the 8th floor, because they also have a 95-footer sitting there. They said, run this thing to the 9th floor. We'll bring in the 90. So after the first day, the lift company shows up, and then they found out that because it was $1,000 to come pick this machine up and take it out of there, $500 to bring another lift in to do the lower floors, because the 90 they had there belonged to some other contractor, and he wasn't willing to sublease it to us. So the price difference was like a few $100s by time we paid for an extra pickup and extra delivery. That I'm like, are you kidding me? Let's just leave this thing here for the full week. And they negotiated it down, I think, from 13 to 12,000. And it actually sat yesterday all day. Nobody even moved it because they were, you know, we thought they'd pick it up on Tuesday. Because remember, we got it Tuesday and Wednesday was New Year's. And I'm like, I wonder if they're going to give us an extra day because we didn't work. But they probably don't give a shit. It's here for the time.
Yeah.
But the guys got it down to, actually, they used it until they got to the 4th floor. So I just brought my lift. And I can do 4, 3, and 2 from my lift. So I'm like 3/4 the way done with that. And there was actually one area the guys had to do drops again because the county only allowed them to block off one lane. And that thing in a parking space with one lane block was still hanging out into the road, you know?
Oh, shit.
The county wouldn't let us block a second lane, basically. So the guys went yesterday, and they pulled it off of the the last side. And then I've just got, a couple more floors to go, and it'll be in the books. But I got the only reason I took this job was because of my relationship with the guy that brought me there. Right. Because I won't touch construction cleaning anymore. There's just not enough money.
Well, I just picked up a Chick-fil-A. And it's a new one. They just built it. and I had to go in Tuesday and do the initial cleaning on it. Fully expecting that it would be a full construction clean. That's what my initial price was for. I gave them an initial construction clean price, and then I gave them a weekly reoccurring, because I'm going to be doing it every Monday morning, inside and out. So I gave them a weekly reoccurring price. Well, I get there Tuesday morning, and it's kind of dark, but when I walk in, I set my bucket down, and I kind of look up at a glance and notice some swirls in the glass, like brand new glass. And I was like, wait a minute. So I started walking around, and I look, and every single piece of glass in this restaurant, except for the playroom windows, because it has a little playroom area in it, and it's
windows within the restaurant.
Yeah,
right?
It's three sheets of floor to ceiling plate glass, like half-inch thick, really nice glass. It still had the mastic adhesive, they squirt between on the, smeared here and there, and they must have done that, but before they cleaned the restaurant, because they had a cleaning crew come in that does the final clean down on the restaurant, get all the construction dust and all the baloney, mop the floors, sweep everything up, give it the final touches. And apparently they just took it upon themselves to do the construction clean on the glass.
Yeah.
Well, they scratched every piece of glass inside and out. Oh. Every piece of glass. I would say between, just a rough estimate, when you and I have spoke about this, so you're not new to this situation, but I would say between $70,000 and $100,000 worth of damage, because this is like 52 sides of glass, so that's a lot of glass. They fucked up every single piece.
I think the average piece of glass, like in a Chick-fil-A, and I'm sure Chick-fil-A's are pretty much standard, a couple different variations between the stores. Excuse me, but that glass has got to go anywhere from $2,000 to $3,000 with an install, each panel.
Right. And this is the thing I want everyone to know, because I've seen this, over our break here, in which I got to tell you guys, we don't have a whole bunch of people watching. We only got 12 people watching tonight, which is whatever. People aren't used to us being back, but I'm super stoked to be back. I'm like super stoked to be here. I've been anxious trying to get. What's up, Kevin? I've been very anxious to be back. What's up, Seth Byers? Thank you for the order. Seth Byers just placed a huge order.
Nice.
With Squeegee Life. We're gonna do his work shirts for him, so that's super dope.
Nice.
But anyways, the first thing that I did once I walked the restaurant, before I pulled a tool out, before I put my Maker Products Trident belt on with my Zero silencer, I went and found, I was like, I need to talk to like the manager, like the GM, who the highest person in charge here I need to speak to. And she's like, well, that's not me, but we'll find him. So they bring me to this guy. He introduced himself to me. I was like, hey, he's like, thanks for coming. And I'm like, well, I got some bad news. Before I do anything, I need you to come with me so I can show you what's going on with the glass.
Yeah.
And he's like, what's wrong with the glass? And I'm like, well, I want to show you. So we go and I walk him around the inside and I show him. I was like, you can see there are scratches. And if you would like, I took out my driver's license and I ran my driver's license across it. And I had a damp rag in my pocket from the restaurant before. And I ran my card over it. And he, of course, heard the sound.
Yep.
And then I took a rag and I wiped it really, really hard in that spot. And I showed him. I was like, this isn't coming off. That is a scratch. And he's like, you're kidding. I was like, no, every piece of glass has a scratch on it. I said, except for those 3 pieces of glass there. And he's like, you've got to be kidding. I'm like, no. So the 3 windows I spoke about, and then 2 windows inside the play area behind the play area equipment were not touched. And I went in and bladed them inside and out. And the plate glass in the center, bladed them inside and out. Not a single fucking scratch. So that goes to, and what I'm trying to hammer home here is, first, I see a lot of guys saying, man, they're trying to stick me with the glass. That is why, before you go, it's just rule of thumb for me. If I get there, the very first thing that I do is I look at all the glass. If there is any issues whatsoever, cement stuck to the glass, anything that like on the outside that I know or inside that I know is going to scratch or could cause an issue, I show them first. That is the very first thing you do. That way you never get stuck. Not only did I talk to that guy, I talked to the GM that hired me because I used to do clean glass for her at another fast food establishment, which I still do. She's just no longer the GM there, but she's the GM of this Chick-fil-A. She recommended me. Hey, world's best chicken sandwich deserves world's best window cleaner.
Better than that Popeye shit.
Yeah. But anyways, and then the owner showed up, and I was given the task to go tell the owner. And he had mentioned that he said, I thought that the way that they were cleaning the glass was questionable, and I did bring it up, and they reassured me that everything was fine. Once you came in to clean the glass, everything would be fine. And I told them, I said, no. I said, they're ruined. And essentially, I said you could probably pay someone to fix them, resurface the glass, or my opinion personally, you got brand new windows, you should get brand new windows.
Yeah,
that's what you deserve is brand new windows.
But let me tell you something, T, and I'm not selling myself by no means, because yet we talked about this the other day, and I never said to you, sell it and let's fucking hook up and hang out.
Never once.
Okay, you never have. But my point is, the reason I'm bringing this up is because here's what happens in my experience. Okay, the construction, if this manager or the owner of that Chick-fil-A approaches the construction cleaning company,
right,
they're going to blame the contractor.
Of course.
Okay, contractor's going to blame the installer. Mm-hmm. It's going to go in a big circle, and someone's on the hook for $50,000 to $100,000, right?
Correct.
They're just going to point fingers, and the liability of the blame is just going to go in a circle. Mm-hmm. Okay, I had a guy did $40,000 worth of impact sliding glass doors, and a very similar incident happened where they scratched all the glass, and the homeowner was there, the stucco guys, everybody was there, the window cleaner was there, and he was like, I go, listen, he didn't do, and then the guy knew me, and we've had issues in the past, but I just speak honestly. I said, he didn't do this, and the reason I know he didn't do it is because he's been a window cleaner as long as I have, and he knows better that if he's doing damage, okay, he's not going to keep doing the damage. This was done by somebody who's not a window cleaner, and I can tell you right now it was done by the stucco guy, because they re-stuccoed above the doors. They had to cut the opening bigger to put new doors in because it didn't fit a standard window. And you can tell all the scratches are within the top 2 feet of the glass, which means he was dropping stucco on the glass and using that mortar knife thing to take it off.
Yeah.
It's obvious.
Yeah.
No scraper cuts like that.
Yeah.
So the homeowner says to me, since everybody's blaming each other and you tell me you can fix this, he says to me, you answer this. Why would I accept repaired glass when I paid for brand new glass? And
exactly.
I said, I can't argue with you.
No.
I said, but I will tell you this. Here's what's going to happen. And this guy had a lot of money. I go, you're going to go to court. You guys are going to fight about this. Everybody's going to point the finger. It could drag on for a long time. I go, and I worked for this guy before. He buys these condos, he renovates them, and he flips them. I go, I know you don't want to be here in 2 years still not being able to sell this because of the liability of $40,000 worth of glass.
Right.
How about this? And I did windows for him. I never did restoration. Let me do one for you. I'm not going to charge you anything. And if you can tell me that it doesn't look as good as the ones that aren't scratched, then I'll shake your hand, we part ways, and we move on. I said, but you just got to figure out who's paying me for this. So it ended up, he was so impressed, it ended up that the stucco guy and the contractor split the cost of the repair, which was well less than replacement. And it was just done, it was done. And like he said, I'm putting you under the microscope and I really don't see any issue. Someone who buys this place who does not know there was an issue is never going to find an issue. And that's the point of the, because it's only new one time. I'm going to be real with you. It's only new one time.
Right.
My goal is to repair it and make the repair so seamless that you don't know there's a repair there.
Right.
But guess what? I know there's a repair there because I did it. Right. You understand?
Right. So, I'm looking at Facebook here. I seen Sean Gavin. I had mentioned this earlier before we started the show. Sean Gavin posted a picture of who has tried this amazing product, and it's Diamond Magic. And I just so happened, and this is just my experience, and I admitted in my comments that it could be user error, and all I said was I wasn't a fan, and and then Sean asked me why, and to which I replied I had mixed results with it and a few issues with micro scratching, like you could see swirling in the glass.
Yeah.
And Chris Doolin replied, he said, same, easy to scratch the window if not done right. And then and then someone else said, or even if done right, it still could scratch the glass.
Let me explain
and then,
one thing.
Wait. And then another guy, Adam Hensley, it is a micro abrasive so that doesn't make sense that you had a scratch. Key is to use a tiny bit with water and then buff it with a cloth. Oh, okay. All right. Thanks for the tip there, buddy.
Yeah.
But yeah, go ahead. Please continue.
I can tell you my experience with Diamond Magic is this. I don't. Not that I'm at another level. I don't like to do things by hand. I have power equipment for that. Mm-hmm. Okay, I've put it on a polisher and put it to glass, and I've micro scratched glass. Okay, and the one thing people don't realize is if one person says to you, "Well, that's operator error. You're using it wrong," is 100% wrong, and the reason is, I can take my polisher with my compound to one window and clean and take a stain off, and then the window right next to it, installed at the same time from the same manufacturer in the same tempering furnace, is going to be different. Okay, so for someone to say you're using it wrong, that's wrong. You understand what I'm saying?
Well, to me,
no glass is the same.
Not only, not all glass is the same. And for someone to just draw the line in the sand like that and be like, yo, that doesn't make sense. Okay, cool, dude. You know what I mean? All right, you're super smart in your shirt with a tie and all that fucking cool shit, guy. Cool. Good for you, dude. I've only been doing this for like 3 or 4 days, the window cleaning thing, so I don't know much about anything. Yeah. So, all I know is when I grew up, my grandpa always told me that if you can pour it into a bottle, if it comes out of a bottle, that shit probably don't fucking work. Yeah. You can't rely on anything that pours out of a bottle. You know what I mean? Because it's inconsistent. Like just the same way with car polish or anything else. It's not going to give the same result every time because every instance is different. And to me, if there's a chance, I've used it 3 different times, and every single time it doesn't perform like a sorbo powder in some brass wool or something like that. It doesn't perform the same.
Well, yeah, and you got to remember too that
or a scraper.
It's the same thing. Well, you referred to car polishing, right? Mm-hmm. You can go buy the best polish that money can buy, right? Mm-hmm. And put that in yours or my hands, and we're going to do a good job on our cars, right? Mm-hmm. Put that same polish in the guy who's a detailer making his living, doing paint correction and polishing cars, and he's going to make us look like fucking silly putty. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
So it's the experience that makes the product work. So there is no magic wand. There is no magic polish. There is no magic acid. There is no magic toilet bowl cleaner. There is no magic oven cleaner.
And I'm completely okay with. There's a good chance that it could just be. User error. It could just be my mistake. That's honestly what it could be. You know what I mean? I don't know. It could be something I'm doing, but I've never had that issue with just sorbo powder. I've never had that issue.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've never had that issue with anything on the same exact surface, because I used the Diamond Magic on one window and I was like, holy fucking shit. You know what I mean? What the fuck? Yeah. And then I went to the next piece of glass with the sorbo, and then I just finished with the sorbo because it did what it was intended, its intended purpose.
What people don't understand about glass and glass restoration is this. It's such a fine line. I mean, like, there is so small of a line between repairing and then doing damage. You understand?
Right.
So that's easily overridden by someone using the wrong process. Look, there's probably a process that Diamond Magic works great with. Maybe it's with a wool pad. Maybe it's with a felt pad. Maybe it's only by hand. Okay. Maybe it's watering it down. Okay. But unless there's a definitive drawn up process to make it work on everywhere you go, and there's a chance that it damages glass like what you found, then it's not for everybody to use. You understand?
So my question is this. I mean, is there anything in Diamond Magic that could cause a scratch?
Well,
or a swirl?
I would probably take I would venture to say, and I had the product before, I would say there's most likely pumice in it and probably some cerium oxides. Pumice is actually softer than a cerium oxide, but the nature of pumice, it will scratch glass. Pumice is in Barkeeper's Friend.
Yeah.
Pumice is in soaps, like that lava soap that you wash your hands with. That gritty stuff, that's pumice. It's a very aggressive mineral.
Yeah.
Okay, so depending on the micron size of the mineral, those bigger pieces that don't break up when you push them on the glass and don't shatter under the pressure of your hand or a pad do damage.
I'm always the first thing I always do if I see a hard water stain is I hit it with soapy water and a piece of steel wool or a white pad before or scraper, but usually scraper's last resort. I try not to, and I try to be careful, go one direction, and you got to be. It's just so much that you could fuck up easily.
At the point of being fearful of scratching the glass, you're already working on glass that's almost or could be beyond return, right?
Right, yeah, of course.
So you really shouldn't be that fearful with a scraper.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're saying, but it's just like this. Using your hands to do it, okay, is like mowing your lawn with a weed eater.
Well, listen.
But if you have the right equipment,
listen, motherfucker,
it's like using a riding mower.
In a few weeks, in about a month's time, I will be a learned scholar.
You will.
I'll be in development. I'll be in training.
Yep.
So it's all gravy, right? I'll get to see the master.
You think you're frustrated now? You wait till you start playing with this.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
You know what I want to do? I want to learn how to safely remove hard water spots from glass. That's what I want to learn how to do.
Simple.
Because I run across that quite frequently.
Yeah.
The two things I see the most, less than scratch glass, is hard water stains and screen burn on windows where the aluminum flashes to the screen.
Yeah, screen burn. We can wipe out screen burn. I could teach you to do screen burn in about 10 minutes.
Yeah. So I'm going to leave the glass restoration to the fucking pro, Mark Tanner.
I'm in. Count me in. I was saying to you earlier, there was a post, I'm pretty sure it was on Pro Window Cleaning. I don't hang out there much anymore, but the guy said he was on the hook for $100,000 worth of windows, and I believe it was an estate home.
Yeah.
He said they're blaming me for it, and I used a water-fed pole on the outside, and we cleaned the inside by hand, but the scratches are on both sides. And my first response is exactly what you referred to when you walked into that Chick-fil-A. Okay, if there's 11 people watching, and hopefully more people download this and listen to this one piece of advice. When you do a construction cleaning, okay, and you start to clean the glass, and you start to see scratches, the first thing you do is stop. Because if you complete the job, you have assigned all those scratches on every window to yourself. Every one of them is now you own them.
Stop.
You own them.
Pull your fucking earbuds out.
Yep. Put down the vape pipe.
Yeah, put down the fucking vape pipe. Yeah. Shave your fucking pretentious fucking mustache. Uncuff your fucking pants.
Yeah.
So do you have
the hair out of the man bun?
Yeah, is there anything that Mark Tanner wants to do in 2020? Is there like some things like, man, I'm going to make sure this gets done this year?
I want to get my I want to get my polish on the market, and I want to start teaching people how to do proper glass restoration.
That's really what I want to do. I want to hook up with a distributor with my channel and start testing some more tools this year. So if anyone wants to sponsor the old T Squeegee and hook me up, I'll test out some gear, do some awesome videos for you. That's what I want to do this year. I want to do more of that. I actually want to I want to kind of completely switch it up. I know it's going to be super hard for me. One tool I'm not going to be able to set down. Everyone knows what that tool is. But hand tool anyways. I can't do nothing without my Unger 0 degree, but I'm going to give other things a try. I want to try Ettore this year. I want to do a full season with Ettore because I'm an Unger guy. That's all I've ever used. So
Yeah.
I want to try out a bunch of Ed products and stuff and see how they work. So I want to do some. I want to grow the channel and the podcast. I want to do cool things for our Patreon subscribers. By the way, I don't know. I mean, some may like it, some may not. But this is our first Patreon shirt.
Freaking sweet.
It's got the
nice,
and then it's got it's got the Stranger Things somewhere on here. Oh, there it is. The Stranger Things Squeegee Life logo on the side. It's kind of like diamond plate looking. It's pretty cool. Yep. Jennifer designed these for y'all. So and the SOS, the Sacred Order of the Squeegee. You guys are all gonna get. Your own membership card. You're gonna get a T-shirt, and we're gonna do some cool stuff. I got a lot of plans for the Patreon. It's kind of toward the end of the year when we started it, and I was getting through a bunch of shit. The shirts are almost done. You guys give Jennifer some time. I know guys are hitting me up like, man, hey, where's my shit? Their Christmas gifts and all. Listen, Jennifer had a very serious surgery. She's just now getting better, and she actually took a couple steps back, and she's been not feeling good the last couple days. She had a very invasive surgery, but she is on the mend, and she did this when she shouldn't have been. So she's doing this because she knows you guys are wanting them. So she'll get those finished. You'll get your Christmas gifts. All you guys that didn't get a Christmas gift, that are Patreon members, will get a shirt and a card, a membership card. It's a nice card too. It's a plastic card with like a credit card with your number on it, your name, the year you joined, the whole nine on there. It'll be something you can keep in your wallet. Like look, I'm a member of the Sacred Order of the Squeegee. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna sacrifice. It's gonna be cool, man. We're gonna sacrifice shit.
Santeria.
It's gonna be dope, dude.
Yeah, we're gonna kill horses and goats.
Yeah, it's gonna be dope.
Yeah.
But now that
and we're gonna have. Are we gonna get like a secret handshake too?
Yes. We're gonna work on that at the huge convention. We're gonna work on the secret handshake. It's gonna be like you got to shake hands and grab the other guy's ass cheek at the same time. Yeah. That's gonna be the secret handshake.
Yeah. I'll tell you a little something that I'm actually dealing with. If you remember from day one on the podcast, I always talked about getting to your cruising altitude and just keeping it there, right? So over the last 2 years, I've lost one route guy, and I didn't replace him. I basically took another guy, moved everything into his route, gave him more money, and he works 5-6 days a week now to get everything done. He's basically doing about 300 some odd accounts. He has one car dealership that's not very big, so everything is small, mom and pop. I took everything over $100 away from him just because I wanted him to deal with the small accounts. Well, honestly, T, I don't remember the last time I went in and solicited a storefront. Okay, number one, because I'm either doing glass restoration or working with the buildings or doing what route work I have, and because I don't have a website or any internet presence, I've actually seen my route part of my business decline drastically. Okay,
really?
to where it became alarming. My wife called it out because she runs all the invoices at the end of the month, and she's like, "Look, every time I say so and so canceled, you're like, yeah, it's $25 a month," and you just move on. She goes, "But over the last 2 years, we're a couple $1,000s down on the route. Now, if you take the overhead of the route guy and all the expenses that go with it, this isn't working."
Yeah.
And you just tell me, well, I picked up this, $1,000 a month lobby, that's worth 50 of those jobs, and you keep on but you're moving the work away from the route guy and putting it on your plate and the high-rise plate. You understand? To where I'm just looking around going, how the fuck did I allow this to happen? Because the other guy that I lost, that was the route guy, was a great salesman. Okay, meaning if he saw a new store coming in, he'd camp out there. He'd go in there. He'd sell the job. Okay, the guy I got now is a great employee. He's not a great window cleaner. He's a great employee because shows up every day. He doesn't compare. He'll work 7 days a week if he has to get his stuff done. I get very few complaints. The customers like him. They know him for a long time because a lot of his work I bought from a previous company. But I've just allowed this to go down and down and down with the attitude of, well, again, it doesn't matter that I lost those 20 little jobs that equal $600 a month because I just picked up this $1,000 lobby that pays every month.
Yep.
So now I'm finding that I think I'm going to sit Eddie, that's the route guy, down and go, listen, you're not a great salesman, but I'm going to have to entice you to start selling, or I'm going to have to make a decision with this route because I'm not going to trade dollars. You understand what I'm saying? Because if I'm trading dollars with you, then the whole company is relying on the restoration and the building work. Okay, and the building work, the route work is good cash flow because the checks come in every single day, right? You mail out 300 invoices and you get 280 checks throughout the month. Well, when you're only collecting 250 checks because you'd lost 35 accounts in a year and no one replaced them,
right?
It starts to tumble in a downward spiral. So that's how I opened up my 2020, was realizing that the fact that I don't give a shit about that part of my company is now showing it's costing me money. And I honestly don't have the time to stop what I'm doing to go start selling again. I really honestly don't have the desire to sell.
I've actually have a regained, like a rejuvenated urge to sell storefronts.
Yeah.
Like I'm definitely gonna rededicate myself this year to my storefront route, my year-round work. I'm gonna really rededicate myself to that. The LLC's taken care of and everything. I'm really going to be pushing the storefront work. I'm going to really be pushing that. I mean, I'm like you. I'm like, well, I lost these 2 storefronts, but man, I got this big ass fucking hootie hoo. You know what I mean? And I gotta get out of that mind frame. You know what I'm saying?
But like I used to say, and I've mentioned in earlier on podcasts, was my father taught me something I totally forgot, which was, number one, don't forget where you came from. Okay, and I know I started with $20 a month storefronts.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, and that's how I started.
Until I couldn't do them all, and I hired someone to help me.
Yeah.
And then I had time to build up the bigger stuff. But the point is, don't forget where you come from. Okay. And if you lose an account, you should go pick up 2.
You want to know?
Make it a point. Pick up 2.
You want to know why I've lost mine? Just because I couldn't get to them. You know what I mean? I put big jobs ahead of small jobs, and I shouldn't have done that. You know what I mean? It was a mistake. You know what I mean? It was a mistake. And I'm a one-man band. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's a little different for me, but
the weight of the world is on your shoulders.
I need to implement a strategy where that stuff is done before anything else I do is done. So I have, starting this month, I've actually explained to my customers, I was like, listen, if you don't want me to, I won't do a December window cleaning. But starting in January, all of your stuff will be done the very first 2 weeks of the month. As much as I have to spread it out. That, it's no more the middle of the month. I'm going to make sure that stuff is done, and then I will film the rest of my month out, or the later in my days out from there. You know what I mean? I'm no longer going to step over a dime to pick up $1. I'm going to pick up the dime, and go get the dollar.
You got to get both. You got to get that $1.10.
Yeah. I'm going to get that $1.10 instead of just the dollar. It's just something that happens, occasionally. You know what I mean? Occasionally you get you lose focus a little bit on things, and then when you have issues in life, like I've been dealing with some kidney issues and shit like that, and I actually, could not do shit for a week. I was in bad shape, and I don't have anyone to rely on, so I had to still go out and fucking get it done no matter what. You know what I mean? I had to get up and be in agony for 3 hours, and then come home and collapse. You know what I'm saying?
It's a lonely world when that's going on, man.
Yeah, and it's scary. And I was sitting there saying to myself, I had this big job lined up. Everything was getting ready to pop off, and then they had the cleaning crew decided that they would clean the windows. Like, oh, we'll do it. You know what I mean? And then I was off the hook on this job. But if that job would have... Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd have been trouble.
Would have been trouble for me because I'd have been,
Yeah.
I would have had to have pushed myself through that, and who knows what kind of shape I'd have been in if I hadn't have stopped and relaxed. I was burning the candle at both ends. I was not taking care of myself. I've lost 9 pounds
Nice.
in a week because of
Yeah.
all of this.
Yeah.
I stopped drinking pop. I'm done with the sugar. No more energy drinks. It's been 2 months since I've had a fucking Monster, so.
Nice.
I'm trying to, I didn't want to say anything, but I feel like I should say something about me trying to take better care of myself and losing some weight, because I want everyone to hold me accountable. So when they watch my videos, if they don't notice me getting slimmer, be like, yeah, hey, fat ass, why aren't you fucking taking, you know what I mean? Then other people can, because Jennifer and the kids, they love me. They don't care. That it's not that they don't care, but they're not gonna be mean to me about it. You guys can be like, yo, fuckhead, you know what I mean? So they're gonna ride and die with me no matter what. So
remember when we first started doing face swaps?
Yeah.
And I was kind of just I knew you for a while, but you're like, hey asshole, why am I always the fat guy on Stand By Me? Why am I the fat kid from Stand By Me?
Yeah, that was the one. I was like, man, that's fucked up. But and another thing, my dad was having some issues. My dad is a diabetic, and my uncle was a diabetic, and I work for myself. I myself personally do not have medical insurance because I can't afford to pay for myself as well. So
thanks, Obama.
Yeah, I could honestly be a diabetic and not know it, and that's maybe why the reason why I'm having these issues with my kidneys. So I need to definitely try and lose the weight. And if I'm still having the issues, then it's time to, you know what I mean? Look into it. But the first thing I need to do is stop being a fat fuck. That's the first thing. I mean, I need to stop being a fat fuck. you know what I'm saying? That's just all there is to it.
It's not easy, though, dude. Remember when you were in high school? You could just skip lunch and drop 20 pounds in a week?
This is the thing. And, guys, I mean, I don't know if guys realize this, but when my son is 8 years ago, I weighed 165 pounds.
Yeah.
I weigh 260 pounds now.
Yeah.
I've put on 100 pounds in 8 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I mean, if you guys seen pictures of me before, you guys would be shocked. It's actually shocking for me to go back and look at my pictures. Like, I posted a picture on Savannah's birthday of me and Savannah standing next to each other, and it's like I'm a half of a person. Seriously, it's insanity, dude. Insanity.
Yeah.
I'm not trying any intermittent fasting. I'm going to tell you what, Jason, all the, this, that, to try this strategy, that strategy. What I'm going to do is less of this. Less of this, you know what I mean? And I'll be better. I know what I need to do. I know what I'm doing wrong, and I'm going to cut that shit out of my life. First thing I need to do is I need to wrap my head around the fact that going up and down the ladder every day does not count as exercise. You know what I mean? That's not an excuse anymore. This weekend I'm taking my beach cruiser down to the garage over at Universal. Dude.
That last one you sent me was stellar, dude.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt.
No,
I have to give you a heads up on that.
I'm gonna take my beach cruiser over to Universal. I'm putting new inner tubes in them, new fucking chain. Mike found he had some bike shit in a crate that he used to sell some bike stuff there. So I'm gonna put some new shit on my bike, get my bike out, and I'm gonna start riding my bike and take a couple of laps around the neighborhood every day. It's not gonna kill me. You know what I mean? I'm just done with the fucking sugar, man. Done with the sugar, man.
Yeah.
Done with the sugar. I'm a potatoes guy. So it's hard for me to quit the potatoes. Guys are like, the carbs and shit. I love potatoes. I'm Irish.
I could eat potatoes every fucking day.
Listen. We have potatoes with every fucking meal because I'm Irish. So I'm not stopping eating potatoes so everybody can kiss my ass. I'm gonna cut down on the cheeseburgers like the bread. I gotta watch that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I gotta watch that shit. So. I'm not looking to get into fucking, UFC shape or nothing like that. I just want to drop 50, 60 pounds, get down to a manageable weight, like around 190, 200 pounds. And I feel like that's a reasonable goal. I've lost 9 pounds just by not fucking eating sugar.
By being sick, yeah.
Yeah, but not even being sick. I was already before Christmas. I had already stopped, with the pop and the fucking. I was trying to cool it anyways because I was like, every year on the first year, I'm like, I'm gonna start. I want fucking cake too, dude. So bad. And Matthew Silverstein, you have no idea how bad I want a piece of fucking cake. Fuck. You know what I mean? Look at me. Have you seen me before? Trust me, this is a face that loves cake. You know
Matthew's a friend of mine. I know Matthew for a long time. Yeah. And there's a Facebook group called Engage West Palm, and it's really full of liberals, really a lot of liberals. So Matthew and I go on there and cause trouble, right? So there was a rally in downtown West Palm Beach, and a lady held up a sign that said something about I don't know. It was like impeach. They had an impeachment rally, right? Yeah. Which my first reaction is, if my diesel smoked like those ones on the internet, I'd be down there choking them out. But so anyway, I took her sign and took it on my Face Swap app. And it was a heavy woman. So on her sign, I took off where it said impeach Trump, and I was told there would be cake. Yeah, of course, it starts a whole line of shit, but it's fun.
Right. Yeah, I just, as much as I want to do this year in business, I want to change, I want to really fortify my storefront route, and I really want to get my everything back into order. I want to turn the business around, because really the business has been in a little bit of a decline over the last 2 years. It's not so much like not revenue wise, but like I could be making more money. I'm leaving money on the table. I need to really, I really need to dial that in. You know what I mean? And I was doing it wrong for a long time. I really want to speak to Jason Lehman in length, if he could like point me in a good direction, because I'd like to set up my business like the S Corp. I want to figure out how to do that properly. So I want to talk to him about how he does that. But I need my business to start building equity. So if I do have an exit strategy, so my business has a credit score and my business has a value. You know what I mean? I really want to make that, and if I ever need a piece of equipment or need to pay, like I'm fucked up on my taxes and I need to fucking pay that off, I can use the business to get a loan to pay the fucking tax. So do what you know what I mean? Instead of it all being on me. You know what I'm saying? Are there any special guests coming up? Man, I don't know, man. I would like to have everyone we had on last year. I mean, we pretty much, the who's who of the industry has been on here. I wouldn't mind having Joseph Henry Hardy back on again. I wouldn't mind having Ron Musgraves on again, Kevin Hargis, Chris Lambrinides, everybody. I'd like the whole squad to, come back and get back on again. You know what I mean? There's a couple of dudes that Rob Peloso. I'd love to get Rob Peloso on one of these days, even if we have to record a podcast at an odd time just to get it put up. There's a lot. There's a lot of guys I'd like to have on. I put a list on there of guys I want to get. I want to get Frank Rave on here. I think that'd be fucking cool as shit.
Yeah, he looked like he jumped ship from one.
I'm not really sure what happened with that.
Yeah, that was a little weird. I don't know. But he was promoting something. Now he's promoting something else. But he seems to be a high energy.
I think it's pretty fucked up that windowcleaner.com, like they flipped the script and put fucking Frank Rave on the squad. Didn't even hit me up, man. The fuck, bro?
Yeah.
Pass me over, man. What the fuck? So Detroit Sponge or any ABC, get a hold of me. I'm free agent. Fuck, man. Just tell me when. Hey, man. Like I said, I'd like to have anybody on here. I mean, anybody is welcome to come on. I asked a couple of people, like the guy from Area Pro that makes the tiger fins, those brass wool things that strap to your brush. I asked him. He said he didn't think he could roll with it, but he still likes the show. He listens, but he don't think he could be a guest, which is fine.
Yeah.
But what I want is, I would like, if you guys are listeners to the podcast and there's somebody that you'd like us to interview, why don't you tell them? Like, hey man, you should go on the Squeegee Life podcast. You know what I'm saying? Seriously, I'm not, I'm not going to hound people about getting on the show. I wouldn't mind having Peter Artusa from All County and the IWC. I'd like to have him on again.
Look,
whatever. The huge conventions will be coming up, so I'm sure we'll have a round robin of some windowcleaner.com guys and stuff. You know what I mean? So.
And another thing people need to keep in mind is that this podcast has turned into what it is. That doesn't mean it's for everybody, but if you really want to come on and there's something you don't want to talk about, if there's something you don't want mentioned, if there's something that you're not comfortable with, we'll do it. We're just come on and hang out.
Yeah, we're trying to polish it up as, that was another goal of ours in 2020 with the podcast, is polish it up a little bit, but we're not going to church the motherfucker up. It's not going to happen.
No.
We might be a little less abrasive than we normally are. We're going to leave some things in 2019 that need to stay there. Whatever's whatever. But, if there's an issue in the community and we have an inside track or we know something about it and it's news, we're going to talk about it.
Yep.
We're going to talk about it. And if you're a lousy sumbitch, we're going to tell people that you're a lousy sumbitch. Maybe that is abrasive to some maybe some people don't like that, but I feel like, in my opinion, we're doing the community a disservice if we're walking around on eggshells. That's just my personal opinion. I'm not gonna, if there's somebody selling junk, I'm gonna be like, that thing's junk. And if you don't like the fact that I said that it's junk, then make something that's not junk. Don't be a dirtbag. It's simple shit like that. You know what I mean? Hey guys, how's it going? Greetings from Palm Springs. Hope you guys are keeping warm where you're at. Mark's in Florida.
Yeah, it was in the high 60s today.
Yeah, well, it was not here. It was not in the high 60s here. It was in the low 30s with a big gust off the lake all day today. One of those, the flag standing out like this the whole time. Ting, 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 ting. One of those kind of days. So,
yeah.
What's new in Maker Products Land? I'm really not sure. Richie is got to keep shit close to the chest, guys. He can't be letting all the cats out of the bag. You see what happens when you do that,
Yep.
Fucking attack mops are on the scene out of nowhere. But you all get to see how guys will get to see the inner workings of Attack Mop, courtesy of the Squeegee Life YouTube channel, because I'm going to review those soon. So I'm going to work with them for a while first. I'm going to work with them for a while. I'm not going to use them for a day and be like, these things are fucking shit. I'm actually going to use them. I know Mark's already used them, and I already know Mark's opinion, and he doesn't have to share it if he doesn't want to. I'd rather him not.
I'll just say this. I'm not going to share too much. I'll just say this. By the third window, they went back in the truck.
Yeah.
And that's all I'm going to say. And look, I'm a critical asshole when it comes to window cleaning equipment, because I got my way. Mm-hmm. And if there's a product that changes the way I clean windows, it better be fucking spectacular.
Right.
And so far,
not
there's
that.
only been one product that's come out in the last 5 years that has changed the way I clean windows for the 25 years previous, and that was the Gunslinger. Mm-hmm. Okay? Or the tip jar.
Whatever you want to call it, the real deal.
The real deal.
Yeah.
Not the bullshit wannabe.
Yeah, the real deal. Yeah, that's right. But you got a good one now, so you can say that.
Yeah, I got a real deal.
Yeah. I'm not gonna, and as far as that fucking clown goes, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna beat that horse. I'm just, it is what it. When he makes a fool of himself, I'm gonna laugh at him, because that's what we like to do. Because fuck that guy, he's a piece of shit.
Just point it out.
But that's really, honestly, that's really, and all of the people I met at the huge convention, even Tom Tumoth, I mean, everyone knows me and Tom Tumoth fucking go at each other. Tom is not a bad dude. He's not a bad guy. You know what I mean? Yeah. Tom is not, Perry's a piece of shit. Tom is not, we just have a different opinion on the way things were handled. That's all. I honestly, genuinely think Tom from CWC over in California, I honestly think, genuinely, he's a good guy. We just, our personalities, he thinks that we're boorish and juvenile. That's what he thinks. That's his straight up. I mean, now he says that he doesn't think the whole show, just me. I'm the only asshole, not Mark. Even though me and Mark were fucking two turds out of the same asshole, it doesn't matter about that.
Yeah,
but
we're kindred spirits.
Yeah, we're kindred, definitely kindred spirits. But, Tom is not a bad guy. Have not met anybody besides that dude that isn't, you know what I mean? Everyone else has redeeming qualities. He has none. No redeeming qualities whatsoever, except for
call that a hemorrhoid on the asshole progress.
Yeah, dude, he just is. I mean, he's just not a good dude, man. He's just not a good dude. He's just not. Everything he does is contrived and horseshit. Like, I don't need 14 videos on how to take apart one of your piece of shit coffee makers. I really fucking don't.
Yeah.
I really don't. You know?
Yeah. If I want a vacuum, I'm going to buy a real Dyson.
Yeah. I just used my handy sleeve for the first time on Monday, and it was so great. Awesome product. Buy at least 2. Did you see fucking Big Squeegee stuck his handy sleeve down there, pulled that rag up, and fucking... Dude, I'm telling you guys. I try to tell you, it's the simplest fucking thing. Once you get it in your hand and you start using it, you're going to be like, dude, I mean, how did I do this? Like that, when I did that last video, that last vlog I did, that was my simple, stretched all the way out, except for one section, the very bottom section. And it was windy. I drape a rag over it. You ain't got to worry about it, you know? You ain't got to worry about it, you know? But I think 2020 and the Squeegee Live podcast is all about forgiveness. And anyone that has been on the show in the past that wants to come on again, except for that fucking guy, what's that guy, the roof anchor guy?
Oh, he doesn't show up much anymore.
Josh Thompson. Name? He's not welcome on here, and Perry Tate's not welcome on here. Anyone else is welcome. Anyone else. Even though Joe Hardy doesn't like us, he's welcome to come on here.
Joe's going to come on eventually. Yeah, I'm going to go to lunch with Joe one time.
Yeah, well, Lewis Coatney's going to be down there, so you have to go. He's a Patreon member.
Yeah, I'm going to wait till Lewis. When are you coming down, Lewis? Because I've already spoke to Joe. He wants to get together for lunch. So if you're going to come down, let me know when. Private message me or whatever, or you can put it on here. And let's kill 2 birds with 1 stone, you know? Because
hey, you and Mark need to go to the PWMC in Virginia in February to fuck with PT and support Casper. I mean, unless Casper's paying my way, I don't think I'm going.
Yeah, I'm going to the
IWCA. Yeah,
I'm going to the huge convention to see a lot of you guys and hang out with TJ. And honestly,
you've got to come up here. You've got to come up here.
Yeah, so. I got to go up there and do some restoration work. So another trip for me. I'm not like Joe Hardy and leave my business for 2 or 3 months and go consult. I don't know
ain't never
how that's happening.
That motherfucker, process. You need services and
yeah, well, I just watched the local.
Systems,
now I can watch. The difference is before I never saw anything about Joe Hardy. But I've made it a point over the last 2 weeks to watch local news because I want to see when a man is arrested for waxing his carrot in the backyard.
Right.
You know, I got a feeling something's going to come up.
I'll tell you what, speaking of fucking headlines, I don't know if anyone has seen this, but dude, this is just the most absolutely the funniest shit I've ever fucking seen in my life. Homeless man hurls bucket of diarrhea at woman near Hollywood Walk of Fame. A homeless man dumped a bucket of hot diarrhea on a Los Angeles woman near the Hollywood Walk of Fame, an unprovoked attack that's left her with PTSD, she said this week. Heidi Van Tassel said that she was about to drive home from a Thai restaurant near the famed tourist area in April when the alleged assailant, Jeer Blessings, dragged her out of her vehicle. He pulled her.
I got to interrupt you because I got something in my head. Just give me a second.
What?
PTSD in this case stands for post-traumatic steaming diarrhea.
He pulled her into the middle of the street where he dumped a bucket of feces over her head. She said it was diarrhea, hot liquid. Van Tassel told NBC4, I was soaked and it was coming off my eyelashes into my eyes. Dude, like if some dude, if some dude fucking grabbed me and poured a bucket of diarrhea, I would fucking kill that fucker. I would drive over him and back up and drive over him and back up over repeatedly. I'd fucking squish him to death. Could you imagine somebody dude, California is absolutely out of fucking control, man.
Well, here's the thing.
She's
walking down the road, probably dodging pieces of stool on the ground, and now you got to look up. Right? Because it could be coming from above. That's pretty scary, right?
I'm gonna be honest with you.
I think anybody that had that happen to them would never be the same.
Oh, never, never. I mean,
No.
that's legit PTSD. That's legit.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
Lewis. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I really do not think that me and Perry Tate being in the same vicinity would be a good look. I don't want to put anybody that knows me personally, or like you, Lewis, or even Joe, even though me and Joe aren't cool like we used to be, which is sad. Not on my account, that's on Joe's. I don't want to put Joe in an awkward position, or what's that guy? Who's that? Jamie? Is that his name? Jamie Schmidt? I don't want to put them in any position to make them look bad or myself look bad for fucking knocking that 7-foot tall fucking retard smooth the fuck out. I'm just telling you. I'm being dead honest with you. That dude gets no quarter from me. He so much as looks at me like a fucking retard, I'm gonna fucking pop him in his mouth. I don't like that dude. When I say what I say about Perry Tate, that's not for people to come and listen to the podcast or guys to watch my YouTube channel. It's not fodder for views. I genuinely dislike that fucking dude. And if he hasn't fucked you over, he will eventually. Just give him time. There's not one person in this industry that has not been fucked over by him eventually. Not one person. Not one person.
Not one distributor.
Not one distributor.
No one will take his product. Nobody.
Not a fucking good dude. And I feel like if I had to be in close quarters with him, it just wouldn't be a good look for me or him or anyone involved. And I have too much respect for myself, first of all, and Mark, and what we're trying to do with this podcast, and what Joseph and I'm assuming Jamie Schmidt are trying to do. That's their event. Am I wrong? The Pressure PWMCA.
Yeah, and I think Joe's involved heavily in that.
Yeah, and I would never dream of disrespecting Joe like that ever. Never.
What would bring Perry to a pressure washing thing? You know, because he's
selling
up with
he's selling pressure washing guys spot free rinses, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
You know, so which is fine. Whatever, man. Whatever. That's cool. But I just personally, I don't have no room for that in my life, and I feel like if I was stuck in a situation with Perry, that'd be one thing. But I don't have to.
Yeah.
Be, you know what I mean? I don't.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you a question and just answer it honestly. So don't even think about it. Just answer it. 15 years ago, same situation. Would T.J. Gilbert be there?
Yes.
Yeah, I figured that.
Yes. I wouldn't, without not even a hesitation.
Yeah.
If Lewis would have said, "Hey, man, I'll give you a ticket," yes, I would be there.
Right.
Oh yeah, no question. No question. No question. A fucking a 25-year-old fucking Squeegee. I'm hell on wheels, baby. Woo!
Yeah.
I'd be down there with the whole crew of fucking roughnecks. I'd be looking for trouble. You know what I mean?
Just bring a couple of Gilberts. That's all you need.
No, that's what I mean. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. We rolling thick. If I had to go to something like that, because believe me, I ain't taking no fucking L's. That's for sure. That's for sure. So, but I just, I don't see no need in it. I mean, I'm a strong supporter of Casper and Maker Products and Richie Blue and Black Diamond Rubber and all of that shit. But down to my core, what he did to me and Tim and how he fucked me and Tim over with all of that promotion we did on the Gunslinger. Fuck that dude. Fuck that. You couldn't even, dude. Tim couldn't get out of the way quick enough for Perry to throw him under the bus when he couldn't go to that to his little opening. He immediately shit on Tim Huber, his relationship with his wife. These are things you guys don't know. But he, immediately, it was Tim's wife's fault he couldn't go, and all of this shit, just because the dude had work he couldn't get finished, and he had to get it done. Yep. You know what I mean? And we bust Tim's balls about that, giving him shit. But genuinely, he was stuck. There was nothing he could do. He had 2 weeks of nothing but rain before that. There's nothing the guy could do. He just couldn't go. And Perry immediately threw him under the bus, and everything he told us he was going to do for us, he did not do. He fucked us. Even though, everybody showed up anyway. I showed up. Josh showed up, Snyder showed up, Seth came,
Jason Lehman showed up, Seth Byers, I showed up.
Let's be honest, a lot of these motherfuckers came because we was going.
Yep. And it was a great opportunity to meet them because I got to tell you, meeting people like Lewis, Jason and all them other guys, that was the highlight of the thing.
Yes. Friends, most likely I will have the rest of my life.
The broken ass down store put together with shit from a fucking hardware store. And there was no... There was nothing. Yeah. There was nothing. There was no event planned. There was fucking nothing.
Right.
You know what it was? You know what it was, T? It was a way to unload shit with a raffle that was bogus and bullshit with, putting the product in front of people.
You guys essentially, you guys that all been on that shit, it was a shakedown. You guys paid for his grand opening. You paid for his fucking rent there. You guys paid for all that shit. You just don't realize
we paid for the rent for 6 months, but what happened after that?
It just shut down immediately. Indira was out of a fucking job. You guys are a piece of shit, man. You know, so, but, like I said, even though I think that Perry being attached to fucking that little deal there is a travesty, and the guy should stay over in fucking China where he belongs. I have too much respect for Joe and Jamie and what they're trying to do to go there and show my fucking ass, because that's what's gonna happen. He's gonna be a cunt, and I'm gonna slap him in his fucking mouth. He thinks he's.
I honestly,
he thinks he's a tough guy. I know I'm chubby. I know I'm chubby, but I'm built to go.
He would avoid you like the plague. I think he would avoid you like the plague.
He probably would.
Yeah.
He probably would. But this is the thing. A lot of guys like to drink. I'm not a drinker, and I know Perry likes to drink. We saw firsthand how much Perry likes to drink.
Yeah.
I used to be a drinker, but the last thing you want to do with me is get drunk and talk shit when I'm sober, because I will stone you. Yeah. I will stone your ass. You will be locked up in a fucking your feet will be off the ground twitching while you're laying on your fucking back. I'm not trying to do that shit. I'm not trying to catch no assault charges. And that is me being totally honest with you. I will fight that dude if he's a dick to me. Straight up. And I know if he starts drinking, he's going to run his mouth, because he was running his mouth to all those black guys at the fucking...
Yeah.
He almost got his fucking ass whooped. Yeah. The guys that did all the barbecue and Dira's husband, they almost beat his ass. He almost got his ass whooped because he couldn't shut the fuck up. When he gets drunk, he goes to running off at the mouth. They had to call the cops and get him to fucking leave. He'd go whoop that dude's ass, man.
You know what? Rumor has it that there's still 1985 Caprice Classic with 26-inch wheels driving behind that mall looking for pot roast.
I'm just not a fucking fan of that. And when is it's August 2020 at the huge convention, Jason. That's when the Outlaw Squeegee Life Jamboree is.
I think this. Now that you said that, I think that, because I was thinking the same thing. We organize the Jamboree when we're all together, so everybody has a say for the most part. Okay, at the huge convention. Now look, we're not going to tax that gig, but we can show up there and hang out.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But we definitely want to do that. But this is what you guys have got to understand. We are not Joe and Jamie. We're not Chris and fucking Thad. We're not going to put an event together for you guys to pay. If you guys want to, if we do anything like, it's just going to be us hanging out. It's not going to be this. Sponsored by Reach It. We're not trying to fucking sell you systems and teach you how to be successful. We're not trying to do that fucking shit, man. We're not, we're giving you guys our take on tools and window cleaning in the industry here for free, for nothing. If you want to support the podcast, go to www.patreon.com/Squeegee Life, and you can support the show from $1 to $20, whatever the fuck you want to do. If you want to support us, that's cool. We're not asking, you don't have to, but you'll get cool stuff if you do. But you don't have to. So if we do something like that, it's going to be something where everyone has the free time to do it. We're all going to get together and just hang out. That's what we want to do. It's been a minute since we've, because Mark's pretty busy guy. I'm a busy guy. I've had a couple of, some life-altering things happen to me over the last year. You know what I mean? Jennifer and there's a lot of shit going on. There's a lot going on that kind of puts things like that on the back burner. We still want to do it, but you guys have to have the understanding that it's more like you guys just coming and seeing your family for a week or a weekend. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's not like
it's going to be a hangout.
It's going to be like my 40th birthday party, just us getting together and shooting the shit,
hanging out.
Yeah.
If you drink a couple beers, hang out, shoot the shit, get to know each other on a face to face, and go from there.
TJ, I got a couple of storefront tips. If you expand big into storefronts, flip rubber on main squeegee once a day, sometimes a different squeegee, and a new bucket of soapy water curbs end of the day burnout. Hey man, I'm with you on that. There's nothing nicer than a smooth it always makes things a lot better.
I keep my rubbers in the seat back of my truck, the pouch behind the seat, and I was reaching in there today because I was dragging it a little bit, and I'm like, man, I handed out all my rubbers to the guys on Friday, totally forgot about it. Now I'm on my second side and I'm dragging ass. Yeah. Got that Chinese disease, dragging ass. Yeah. And I'm like, man, I got to load it. But I got to remember in the morning to go out back and grab some more,
Pro Wash Missouri's all in for the huge 2020.
And like, clean soapy water, believe it or not, if you keep your tools clean, you keep your hands clean, you keep your accounts clean, and you will wear less rubber without all that crap in your bucket.
Once a day is too much. Everything's too much for you, Henry. I love you, brother, but everything's too much for Henry. Everything's too much. He's fucking pissed off about everything, man. You got to have a brighter outlook on life, brother, for real.
Yeah.
It's too late for you to change, though. Maybe sometimes it's hard to teach old guys new tricks, but
just find some positive sides and adhere to them.
Yeah. Who cares about learning something at every event? Let's just network. Yeah, I'm really hoping that this year's huge convention, there's more Squeegee Life podcast guys out there. I really hope so. I mean, there was a few that were there that was pretty fucking slick, but it would be cool to get a few more guys going. That'd be awesome. So we can all, have get to hang out with each other and shoot the shit. And, I'm excited for that. I'm really excited for when Mark comes up here. I'm really stoked to be able to do some videos with Mark. He tells me, we're going to take a day and I'm going to come work with you. I guarantee you this motherfucker will be working on the inside of everything we do. I guarantee it. I guarantee it.
40 degrees. I ain't going to lie about that. I'm a pussy when it comes to the cold.
I was just thinking about that today. I was like, this motherfucker is going to come up here. It's going to be cold as balls. He wants to go clean windows. Okay, buddy. Welcome to the fucking day. Welcome to the big
55,
show.
Yeah, it was 55 and it warmed up to 65, and I wore jeans, long sleeves. To me, that's cold, man. Right. And I know what you guys are going through up there, man. Yeah. That wind cuts right through you.
Yeah, man. It's not easy to do, Yeah. But, you just got to keep your head down and just, dress for it. Layers are key. When you come up here, just make sure you get on Amazon. I know how much you like Amazon, and get yourself some thermal underwear.
Yeah, I have that.
Thermal underwear top, thermal underwear bottom. Bring you some. You can't wear jorts.
No, I don't even own them anymore.
Yeah, you're going to have to go out and buy a pair of pants.
I just told you I wore jeans to work today. I wore my Levi's. Yeah.
Before KCMO, I didn't have any friends. Now I have two. Most friends I've ever had. I've only got two, Richie, so it's all good, brother. It would be fucking awesome in a perfect world. It'd be sweet if we could get Hydrid and Richie Blue at the huge convention. That would be fucking
That would make
my year if they showed up. Yeah. I was a little upset that they don't have a booth, man. It's like, you guys ain't got a fucking booth, bro.
Especially after the big launch. Yeah, man. That's the place to bring it.
Yeah. Thermal everything, Mark, and hand warmers in the sweatshirt pockets. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I don't wear gloves though. I work in negative
I have
temperatures
the glacier
without
gloves.
I watched a
video with Tim today. He was putting on his glacier gloves. I have a pair of glacier gloves. Probably the only pair in South Florida. They probably said, who the fucking Florida is buying these? But I got to tell you, I put them on, and then it just bothers me the way it feels wearing gloves. And those are great gloves. You
it.
could pick up a dime off the floor.
I just can't do it, man. They
constantly
give me,
trying to stretch your
they
fingers
give me,
out.
Yeah, they give me hand pump. My forearms are fucking aching, man. I just can't do it, man.
Yeah.
I want to try this year. I was thinking about trying cotton. I was going to try the Luke the window cleaner move where you put cotton, like those cheap like dollar cotton gloves.
Yeah.
The ones that are kind of tight. They're really small, and then you put them on your hand and they stretch out.
Yeah.
You know,
like
a lot of the kids wear them. You know, like a sock. You know, the girls.
Yeah.
I was going to get some of those and some rubber, those latex gloves. I thought maybe I'd try that. You know, because it's tacky. The rubber glove would be tacky, and then I'd still be warm. You know what I mean? So I'm going to give that a shot. You know,
you're just going to have trouble pulling the rubber gloves over the other ones. You'd be like OJ, you know, the glove don't fit, you must quit.
Well, this is big news here for everyone. So, Mark Tanner's coming to the huge convention, but also Mrs. Tanner's coming.
Yep, the wife will be there.
Mrs. Tanner's coming, and guess who else is coming? She doesn't know it, but I'm duct taping Jennifer up, and Jennifer's coming too. So if we could get Mrs. Tanner, Jennifer, and Hydrid all together, how awesome would that be?
Oh yeah.
How awesome would that be?
I think it would be
stellar. Oh, that would be the best thing we ever did with our whole lives, I think.
Yeah.
It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be an awesome event. I can't wait to go to that. That's gonna be cool. But yeah, man, I really want to push the podcast farther. I want to get more people watching. I don't want to change the way we do it. But I feel like there's some little things that we could do to bring people. Bigfoot moment. Talk to Richie Blue, man. Everyone knows that's Richie Blue's shit, and he just gave up, bro. He gave up. He said, fuck the Bigfoot moment, and fuck. He said he don't do UFOs. I don't do UFOs. I don't do this. I don't do that. Just the Jersey Devil and just Bigfoots. So, whatever then, you know? So I guess I'm going to have to go out and buy a fucking green screen, or Richie can box his up since he's never going to use it again and send it to me, and I'll start doing the Bigfoot moments. So, you know, whatever, bro. But, yeah. But yeah, man, I don't, you know, shit. Does anybody, Mark, do you have anything to add to the show? Do you have anything you want to talk about?
I've got a segment I'd like to do. And if this goes over well, we'll do it. You know, we both discussed we could add some new things to the podcast.
Yes, okay, so, I remember us discussing.
I've got two short news articles here.
Uh-huh.
And these are off of the internet, so I'm going to read them and see what you guys think. This is weird news. Okay, here we go. A 23-year-old Fresno State University student has admitted to engaging in a sex act with a sheep after being caught in his California campus barn with a ewe. The young man, who is studying computer engineering, told authorities that he had sex with the animal because he was stressed about exams. According to ABC7, the student was caught in the act when another college goer heard noise coming from the agricultural department's barn in the early hours of Tuesday morning. The man, who has not been named, is facing charges of sexual assault of an animal. Upon arrest, he informed Fresno State Police that he consumed a vast amount of alcohol and was feeling stress about upcoming exams. Now, TJ, neither one of us is educated, but we have drunk.
Yeah.
You know, we've consumed mass amounts of alcohol in our younger years. Have you ever got so drunk you saw a sheep and go, I'd like to fuck that?
No, dude. No. Never. I don't get that compulsion. I don't understand that compulsion whatsoever.
Yeah. Do you think that, like...
That is so fucking impulsive. No, it's just like any kind of act, like a sex act, like forcing yourself on somebody, fucking an animal, you know, touching kids. I just don't understand that. I mean, go beat off or something, dude. What is the matter with your wiring? Who fucks a sheep? Who does that? Now you know why farmers wear those rubber boots up knee high, right?
Yeah.
So so the sheep don't get away. You slide their feet in there and they can't get away.
Well, what they do is they put the sheep on the edge of a mountain and they start pushing forward so the sheep pushes back with the legs in the boots.
Good Lord, sir. How dare you?
You think that when he goes and gets an attorney, the attorney will go to court and go, look, the sheep was asking for it, all right?
Oh my
Okay.
God, dude.
Hey, that actually, now that we're talking about this, before I go to the next story.
Now we're talking about sheep fucking.
No, listen, this reminds me of an old joke. I might have told it on the podcast ages ago, but I'm going to say it anyway. So, did you hear about the sheep herder that went to renew his driver's license? He walks up to the counter, and the driver's license instructor says to him, "Can you make a U-turn?" He goes, "Turn? Hell, I can make his eyes pop."
Oh my God, dude. That's so bad, bro.
So here's the second story, okay? An unidentified man had to have a South American lungfish surgically removed after he inserted it up his anus. According to the reports, the man sought medical help at Hospital Universitário in Brazil after the lungfish wriggled into his intestines.
Dude, what?
Well, yep, he put a lungfish, which it looks like an eel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
and
I was assuming that it was long and slender.
I prefer flounder myself because they're nice. but it's one of those fish that has the spines that come out. Yeah. So if something swallows it, it can't come back out type thing.
Yeah.
So he had to go to the hospital after the fish wriggled into his intestines. While he recovered from the operation, the fish had to be euthanized despite still being alive when removed by doctors. The man has allegedly taken legal action and lodged a formal complaint through his solicitor after footage of the operation emerged. So there you go.
Good God.
So that's just going to be something we're going to do, every podcast, every other podcast, just weird stories that I found on the internet that seem to be true and they're fun to talk about. And hey.
Just something to break it up because we can't talk about Windows all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to do, talk about Windows all the time. It's a difficult task. Well,
that's what makes it unique. No one wants to sit here and listen to me drone on and on about glass restoration.
Yeah, or 50 different ways to market and fucking, all of that shit. Nobody wants to hear that shit. Like a lot of these, like I watched like as much as I could get through. I'm not going to name it, but there are a couple of Facebook deals going on. I just can't even get through it, man. It's just fuck, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I know there's a lot of guys out there that really like that stuff. They really like to sit down and consume as much business-oriented material as they possibly can. You know what I mean? And I'm just not, I'm not saying that I'm beyond reproach. Like, oh, I know it all, but there's only so much of that shit I can take. You know what I mean?
Well, not only that, look, this group is not all seasoned veterans, so I could see the value to certain aspects of those things if you're new to the industry. But, look, that doesn't mean you can't ask a question and someone here is going to have a decent answer for you, at least an answer that will point you in the right direction, But at the same time, how many podcasts? We're on 26 here and we did 100 on the other one. So, you're basically 130 podcasts in, and with all the videos you do, how much more is there to discuss in window cleaning?
Yeah, if you got a question, I'm down for answering questions. Yeah. At any time you can ask a question in the comments here. You know what I mean? You can, and we're pretty good about answering questions, whether it be about equipment or techniques or business or whatever.
Yeah.
I'll even give you some love advice if you'd like. You know what I mean? Because I've been with the same girl for since I was 15. If you want to talk about how to treat a woman, I could do that for you. Slap her around a little bit, fucking tie her up and tell her she ain't leaving.
Or if you ever fucked a sheep or an alpaca, feel free to chime in at any time.
And let us know about it. See what Jennifer got me up there, Mark? Got me a Ford oval neon sign. Can you see it?
Got to go down a little more. A little more for me to see it. Oh, yeah, that's awesome. Nice.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah. What a sweetheart she is.
She is a good girl.
Yeah. I'm always down for... I need to get me a Maker Product sticker there.
Right there, right below the black diamond. Yep. Perfect real estate for that.
Chris Johnson, I know, he's mentioned several times that he's learned quite a bit from Mark and I, not more Mark than me. But, and he's reached out to me privately a couple times and asked me some things. And, I'm more than welcome. I'm more than happy to help anyone out, if you need some advice.
You know what?
Same way with Mark.
I think you would agree with this. When I give anybody anything they want for the most part, as long as they appreciate it. So someone just saying, man, that really worked for me, that puts a smile on it. Makes me feel good about it.
And that's why, trust me, we enjoy getting on here and cutting up and, having a good time and speaking to each other, of course, you know what I mean? But we also enjoy you guys, you know what I mean? We enjoy the interaction with the listeners. I know, it's something that, for me is like a little bit of a release, you know what I mean? I get to cut up with my friends, and it's kind of nice to see
that's
the views
that's why when
and
we
the
discussed
comments
doing
on it. It's awesome.
Doing it live versus recording it. With recording it, we don't get that interaction. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, Richie, we make fucking vinyl stickers. We make you guys are gonna like the Patreon members. You'll get a fucking cool sticker to go with this. Super dope fucking Sacred Order of the Squeegee shirt. So you guys that are Patreon members, every one of you guys have got one of these shirts and a fucking cool ass membership card. Some of them are gold, some of them are silver. We did different colors for, we just wanted to do different for everybody. But I stumbled on Keith Califas on YouTube. He seems pretty resourceful. Yeah, he's all right. Yeah, but seriously, no bullshit. Anything we can do to help you guys, we will. We'll do whatever we can for anybody. You know what I mean, within reason. You know what I mean. Don't call me and ask me to fucking send you money to fucking get you a new tire for your truck or no shit like that, because I ain't gonna do that. You know what I mean. But if I got it to help someone out, I'll help someone out. This is a community, and contrary to popular belief, I know there's a window cleaner app coming out where they want to segregate you and censor you and charge you for it, which is the fucking like the antithesis of fucking communism. Your commie window cleaner app.
When I came up washing windows, there was
nothing like this,
YouTube or anything like that. I relied on my father to teach me, and then I took what he taught me and twisted it into my way. The newer generation, it's as good as it is bad, because they can watch some videos of some guys that probably shouldn't be making videos, in my opinion. And then so it's not that they're getting bad habits, but they're just not getting the best information.
Right.
So I can guarantee you this. Anything you ask any of us that are on this podcast is going to be not the only way, but it's the way we do it. And the reason we don't do it another way is because
it's worked for this so long. Because it's worked so long.
Forever. Yeah.
Any insight into Luke's vids or lack thereof? I'm not really sure. I don't really speak to Luke as much as I used to. No, I mean, we haven't had a falling out or anything. I just, I'm not real sure what's going on with Luke right now. I'm sure it's either he's busy or there could be something else going on. I'm not real sure. I don't, like I said, I don't speak to Luke very much lately, so I'm sure there must be something going on that's keeping him away from YouTube and social media. But T Squeegee's here, so you guys can subscribe to my page and watch my videos if you'd like. I wouldn't mind having 1,000 viewers, subscriptions. That's my goal for 2020 is to get 1,000. Nice. I want more Mark Darnell videos, dude. I would really love to work with Mark Darnell on my YouTube channel. I would love for him to send me some things. I would like to get his permission to use his video of him in the hallway fucking running in place naked. Yeah. I really want to use I want to get his permission.
Do you see him in the gas station filling his bucket?
Yeah, he's fucking hilarious. I fucking love that guy. I fucking love that guy.
Yeah.
Thanks, Chris. I didn't catch that. Big Squeegee sent me a fucking awesome ass fucking case knife. I think it was a used knife, because it was a little dirty in some spots. So I don't know if that was actually his knife that he used and he got a new one and gave me his. If so, that's even cooler. But I really like it. It was a very nice gesture. I know Mike has got some cool things that he's working on. I don't know. I'm not at liberty to share them. I have seen them on Facebook though, but he's got something cool that he's working on. So that's cool. Seriously, both of you guys have given A+ advice and perspective about the day-to-day and overall approach. And for me, if it's just one or two of those guys that feel that way, then then all of this time that we've spent doing this is worth it. You know what I mean? And Absolutely. It would be like Chris Johnson won the 2 tickets to the huge convention. I need to find where he sent us that because I can't remember. Was it in that group?
I think so.
Okay. All right. Yeah. But, yeah, so it would be cool if Chris Johnson can make it down. He's got himself a ticket, to come. So that'd be awesome to meet Chris. But, yeah, that's really what this is all about. I mean, we're really not. I mean, I try to get people to be Patreon members and contribute to the podcast. I mean, that really goes a long way. It really helps me do the show and keep it going. And it also helps afford me to do cool things for you guys creatively, you know what I mean, with the shirts and, the membership cards and stuff like that, you know what I mean? Like I said, it's just all of this is really fucking cool, man. And I just want to start the new year off with a big thank you to everyone that's listening to this. You can find this podcast not only here on YouTube, but you can find it for free on iTunes. You can find it for free on podbean.com if you're an Android user. I'm probably going to expand it to some other platforms, just to get it out there further. But we really want to try to build the listener base. So if you're listening to this and you got a friend or someone out there, just introduce them to the show. It's all free. You know what I mean?
Yep.
What I mean? It's all free. It's new, but I cut some summer sausage with it. I fucking love that guy, man. Dude, when he posted that picture, what's up, Ryan King? He posted that picture of what up, Jason Snyder, my brother from another mother. He posted a fucking picture of him with that big ass fish, and he's like, we could skin a buck, we can run a trout line. I was like, motherfucker, you motherfucker. I love that guy, man. He's a good, that is probably one of the sweetest people I've ever met in my life.
Yeah, I hope
if you look at him, look at his Facebook picture and you like see this big guy with this beard, I know, because he's sent me a couple of pictures, and I'm going to admit it now, I've actually sent that picture to Mark because I had to, so don't be mad at me, Big Squeegee, but you sent me that Squeegee Life picture. You know the one I'm talking about. I sent that to Mark. But that dude Mike Nichols is the sweetest dude you'll ever meet. He's a sweetheart of a guy, man. First time I ever met him, he had me a Bigfoot multi-tool and the beard guy's window clean, his shirt. It's just, he's a good dude. Big Squeegee's a fucking sweetheart. Big teddy bear of a guy and a wonderful human being. So I wish nothing but awesome stuff for him coming up this year because I know he's got some cool stuff. What I would like to do, and Richie jumped the fucking gun because he's a dick and has no faith in me. But what I would like to do right now is I would like to ask the guys that are listening to this podcast, and I'm going to make a couple of videos and mention it as well, but I would like you guys that have handy sleeves, if you could, give Richie like a 20 to 30 second clip of you talking about the handy sleeve. If you got a handy sleeve, do him a solid and hook him up with a little 20 or 30 second video of, what you like about the handy sleeve and send it to him. I mean, I think the easiest way to do it would maybe do like a Facebook Messenger or something like that, and he can like swipe them off of there or whatever. I don't know. Ask Richie how he wants them done. He did not tell me that. But shoot him a little short video of you talking about what you like about the handy sleeve. It would really go a long way.
And not only that, how you use it, because it always seems to be a different way to use it.
Different use for everybody. Yeah, different use for everybody. So if there's like you feel like you got a unique way, or even if you don't, send him a short video explaining what you like about the handy sleeve.
Wait a minute. Jason Lehman would love to work with Mike. They look like fucking ZZ Top is cleaning windows
Jesus
now.
Christ. Yeah, Jason. I think Jason and Mike would get along very, very famously because
they're both gentle giants.
Both gentle giants, both sweetheart guys. Jason don't look like it. I know Jason comes off really abrasive, but Jason is a fucking sweet man. He's a sweet man too. He's a very nice guy.
Yeah, he is.
Acme Window Cleaning, a.k.a. Richie Blue, a.k.a. Maker Products, a.k.a. Black Diamond Squeegee Rubber, whoever he is tonight on the podcast, said he would prefer if you sent him a Facebook Messenger video. So if you could do a little short 20, 30-second video, send it to Richie Blue talking about your handy sleeve. He would really, really appreciate it. I would appreciate it. Whatever's whatever. But yeah, we do stickers. We do everything, man. Oh, maybe you'll have to check one. Oh, dude, listen, man. I'm really sad that you do not have one, Mr. Wagtail, Mr. Masters at Wagtail.
Yeah. Now, who is that?
You don't know who that is? I'll wait for you to figure it out.
That's the guy that. What's his name?
Marcus. Marcus Bay.
Yeah.
Marcus Bay doesn't have a handy sleeve. That's messed up.
The guy from the Michael Jackson TV show where he's dancing.
I would like to get Marcus Bay back on the podcast for an all conspiracy episode.
There you go.
But I don't know. I don't think he likes me anymore. Maybe he's good friends with Perry now, and he doesn't like me either. Yeah,
Men in Kilts is a franchise window cleaning company.
Yeah, there's one here in it's not in Canada. It's here. There's a couple here in Ohio too. But I refuse to be fucking beat at window cleaning by a guy in a fucking kilt. I refuse.
Dress. How do they work in the winter?
Listen,
freeze your nuts off.
Listen, we wore a kilt. If I wasn't as heavy as I am, I'd probably rock a kilt more.
What?
Because dude, I'd probably wear a kilt often. I'd go get me one of those utility kilts and let the balls just dangle, son. Yeah, I'd have Jennifer come to work and hold a ladder for me so she could always see my downstairs.
Yeah. You forgot to wipe.
Never that. I'm a freak about that shit, bro. I'm a freak about wiping my booty, man. I got this thing with my booty being clean. Like if I get like the least amount of slippage, like if I start sweating bad and I get slippage, I'm going home. I gotta go home.
It's courtesy wipe.
Yeah, I gotta go home. Courtesy wipe. Wash myself up down there. I can't have that, bro. I've only shit on myself once.
Man.
Yeah, man. I don't know, dude. We're still got 20 minutes to do in this podcast. We're running out of steam, dude. Mark's like, I gotta scratch my balls real quick.
No, I'm getting a cough drop.
Yeah.
I want to keep coughing on the freaking podcast.
I saw Men in Kilts in Massachusetts. No one in Florida. Yeah, I'd love to get Marcus Bay back on for a conspiracy podcast. That'd be fucking great, man. Because everybody knows I love conspiracies. I haven't said anything about this, but soon there's probably going to be a once or twice a month pre-recorded podcast that has nothing to do with Squeegee Life. Me and Jason Snyder are going to launch another podcast.
Been waiting for that, man.
I know. We're going to get around to it. Jason's a busy guy. I'm a busy guy. Once we get everything ironed out, we'll start recording them on a regular basis. We're going to do something a little different. We're going to talk about fucking swamp gas and fucking UFOs and fucking ghosts and fucking Bigfoots and true crime, like murderers, serial killers. We're going to do the whole gambit.
I know that Jason's got a lot to offer with that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Me and Jason have been feverishly addicted to the paranormal since we were kids. So, it's been something that Jason and I have had a shared passion about for a long time. And me and Jason's dynamic are like fucking two brothers that can't stand each other. I mean, if Jason needed me, I'd get in my truck right now and go straight to him right now if he needed me. But, we get to times where like we want to choke each other, you know what I mean? But, it is what it is. But that dynamic and our love and passion for the paranormal and unsolved and true crime, I mean, it's going to be a cool show. But it's like I said, there's probably going to be a once a month thing or maybe once or twice a month deal. It's not going to be like this. This is my I have a lot invested in this podcast, a lot. I have a lot. I mean, I own a fucking t-shirt company now because of this podcast. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Essentially. Yeah. I mean, it got to the point where I was just like, I might as well just fucking buy this fucking thing.
Well, dude, how many shirts did you design over the years? 100.
Yeah.
You know, I
No.
mean, every couple months you were coming out with a new shirt.
Well,
you know?
I've only got like 4 or 5 different designs, but I've sold a bunch.
Yeah. What does it say? TJ Mark, anyone who would wear a kilt in Florida washing windows, instant business from all the Boca Mills. Yeah, probably. You know what, Matt? Look, I'm not homophobic or anything.
You can't even say it right, dude.
I got fucking destroyed for wearing jean shorts. You think I'm gonna show up anywhere?
Hey man, Hey, listen, I posted pictures of me in a kilt, the whole classic garb, the fucking Celtic shirt, the kilt, the knee-high fucking socks.
That's right. You had that cock plate on.
Yeah,
Had
the cock shield on. That was actually where I put my weed at. I needed a spot to put my weed, man. I didn't have no pockets in that kilt. I had to have a
fucking man purse.
I had to put my weed in my man purse, bro. I had to have my medicine, dog.
Yeah. You never made it. That's when the van broke down, right?
Yeah, that's when the van broke down. Yeah.
Dude, if I would have been driving by, not knowing you, I'd have been fucking yelling out the window.
There were 3 grown men in kilts there, man.
I'd be going 60 miles an hour. I ain't worried about it.
TJ designed my shirts. Yeah, I did. I helped Jason out with that, man. Yeah, we're doing Seth shirts for Seth. So that's cool.
Yeah.
We're doing his work shirts. If you guys want your window cleaning company shirts, Jennifer will make those for you. She's making Seth's. I know Mark said he may be interested in having Jennifer do them. We've done Jason's. We're more than willing to help anyone out with your shirts. I think we can give you a good price. Recognize that it's Squeegee. God damn it, dream chasing. Why does everyone... The only reason why that drives me crazy, because Richie, when we were in KC Mo, every time we were alone or in the van, he would, it's Squeegee, like over and over and over. I'm like, dude, will you stop? You remember that, don't you?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, drive me fucking nuts. I'm like, I should have never played that fucking
How did you make that song?
What do you mean?
Like, how did someone sing that?
We made a beat, and I got on the mic, and Derek got on the mic, and we just fucking rapped.
Is that how it went? Okay,
yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah. I was actually, if I wasn't feeling as shitty as I was actually going to record a fucking rap just for the podcast as a new intro. So yeah. I was wanting Mike the Glass Guy to make me a fucking song for the podcast, make me a beat for the show. So if he hears this, Mike, I need you to hook me up, brother, with some beats, dog. Yeah, so there's that. Yeah, but if you guys, even we do decal truck, you need lettering for your truck. Jennifer will fucking cut that shit out for you, stick it in a tube, and ship it to you, man. We'll do whatever for you.
That same machine that makes T-shirts makes decals too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yep. It's a vinyl plotter. I've got a big ass. It's like 48-inch wide vinyl plotter.
Okay.
And a industrial heat press. It's not a Cricut. It's not one of those Cricut deals like Eric Bland's using at the fucking flea market. This is like professional quality gear we bought. We actually bought a professional t-shirt business. The guy that did my work shirts and was doing the Squeegee Life shirts, Mike Wydell and his wife Christine, they owned a t-shirt company, and we bought the equipment from them. So it's professional quality gear. You're getting shit that will last, you know what I mean? And we can get whatever, some guys say they don't like the material of shirts I use. They're like, man, your shirts are so thick and hot. Listen, I live next to the fucking lake in the north. I gotta have heavy shit up here. It's cold, motherfucker. If you want a lighter blend cotton, we can do whatever. Like Seth had really specific, I want this shirt so it doesn't bleach out. I want these sweatshirts. He wanted the hockey lace-up hoodies instead of regular hoodies. We found everything that he normally uses and ordered it in for him. We're gonna do his logo. We're gonna do it all, baby. We're gonna do it all, bruh. There's gonna be some more Squeegee Life shirts coming. I'm going to come up with a couple more designs. I'm going to figure out the store so you guys can go to the store on the squeegeelife.com, click, or on Facebook on the Squeegee Life page, just click, I want this shirt, click buy, do, done, she'll print it, ship it. Boom, done. That's what we're going to do. I'm talking to Tim. I might be talking out of school, but we might be doing the Outlaw Window Cleaner shirts too. We might be taking that over for Tim as well. So it might all be under one roof here. We're going to see how that works out. But
Well, I think if y'all can handle it, I think it should be.
oh
You
yeah,
know,
oh yeah,
it should be.
oh yeah,
Why not give you guys the business? You know.
yeah. Any good Pandora stations you guys recommend to help you get through the day? Man, I'm gonna be honest with you, Matthew. I am a podcast junkie.
Yeah, me
I
too.
love podcasts to get myself through the day and books, audiobooks. I just recently discovered audiobooks. I
Yeah.
really like audiobooks. The last one I listened to, and I highly recommend. I'll give you guys my recommendations here. We got about 15 minutes to go. If you want to listen to a great audiobook, I Heard You Paint Houses is fucking absolutely the best fucking shit ever. It's about Edward Sheeran, Frank Sheeran, the fucking the Irishman that was in the
Yeah, that's the original story of The Irishman.
yeah that's you see
Joey
on Netflix.
Diaz recommends that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's a good audible book.
it's I'm telling you, you won't be able to stop listening to it. It's
Yeah.
fucking awesome, dude. Awesome.
Yeah.
The guy that reads the book he's perfect. It's an amazing story. He was one of the guys. He's actually the guy who shot Jimmy Hoffa. He admitted
Yeah.
to it. Yes. He's
Yeah.
the man that killed Jimmy Hoffa. He admitted to it. It's absolutely. And if you see the show on Netflix, this is the actual account of
Yeah.
that story. I mean, this is
Yeah.
where they pulled all the information from for
Yeah.
that movie. It's just
It must be a
absolutely-
pretty long book, right? It's
Oh
long.
yeah. You'll be listening to it for a few 8-hour days,
Yeah.
if not
I have
more.
Audible, and I get like one book a month.
That's the one you got to get, man.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, get that one, bro.
Yeah. Okay.
Podcast recommendations. Fucking the Church of What's Happening Now. Joey
Yep.
Coco fucking Diaz is.
I listen to it
absolutely
every day.
He
There's
is fucking fire.
800.
Yep.
Yeah.
He is fire. I like King and the Sting. That's funny as shit. The Monday Morning Podcast with Bill Burr is great. And of course, I love JRE, Joe Rogan Experience. I kind of pick through the ones that I want to listen to. Some of them I don't. Some of them I do. You know, it just all depends if I want to listen to whoever he's talking to. He's got some really interesting guys on there. And tell him Steve Dave, because I'm a big Clerks fan. I don't know how many people here know the movie Clerks by Kevin Smith, but that's kind of that universe, and it's to Kevin Smith's really good friend. The guys, if you've ever seen the show on AMC called Comic Book Men, it's Walt Flanagan, Brian Johnson, and the dude from what's the hell, the Impractical Jokers. Shit. I can't remember his friggin' name. But his name's Brian, too. But, that's another good one. I really like that one, too. Tell him Steve Dave is pretty good, too. I'm an ant, so. But, yeah, man, those are my recommendations. That's what I used to listen to nothing but music when I first started cleaning windows. I was always listening to music, and I was like, man, I'm wasting my time listening to music. I could be filling my head with knowledge. So I started listening to podcasts. And I'll be honest, the one that got me listening to podcasts was Joe Rogan Experience, with the very first appearance of fucking Joey Diaz. Was like, I was hooked after that.
After that, yeah.
That was hooked after that. Joey Diaz
That's what
is
I did.
fucking great,
I
man.
listened to all the Joe Rogans that had Joey Diaz, and then I went over to Joey Diaz and listened to all the ones with Joe Rogan.
Right.
And then I always prefer the Joey Diaz where it's just him and Lee, and there's no guests, just listening to him talk about his life. But I listened to Ryan something today. Ryan something with an S.
It's
was
not
really good.
Matthew. It's not a podcast. It's an Audible book. You go to like audible.com or audiobooks.com, either one, and it's called I Heard You Paint Houses. I'll type it in there. It's an audiobook. I'm telling you guys, listen to this fucking audiobook. It is fucking awesome, dude. Awesome, man. Dude, I'm telling you. It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's all about the Teamsters, Jimmy Hoffa, fucking the mob. It's fucking awesome, man. I just couldn't stop reading it. Or listening to it. I just couldn't stop. I actually have listened to it twice. It's fucking riveting, man. It's like the best, dude. It's the best, man. It's the best. And I'm Irish, so I'm like, hell yeah, it's a really, really good. It's not only is it cool for the historical value, but to hear about his life and the way he grew up and the shit that he went through, Frank Sheeran, it's awesome, man. It's a really, really good book. Really, it's really worth the listen. It would probably be, if you're not a reader, it'd probably be sucked to probably get through it. But I'm telling you, it's a page turner, and you listen to it on audible.com. It's the best. Audiobooks.com, either one. Sign up for a month. They'll give you a free fucking book, and then cancel it. Just get that book. You know what I mean? It's worth $15. It's definitely, because you will get hours upon. I think it's like 17. But between 17 and 20 hours a listen. It's really good. It's really, really good. Really good. I enjoyed it. So, But yeah, man, we're going to try and give you guys a better show every time. You know what I mean? And I hope this is a step in the right direction. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Again, if you want to support the podcast, go to www.patreon.com/Squeegee Life and make a donation, pledge your love to us and devotion, and you'll get cool shit for it. Unfortunately the Patreon page itself, the app is you know what I mean, but the Facebook page, we have a closed private group that nobody's in except for Patreon members. That you guys that are Patreon members, you're going to see a little more activity going on in there. You guys are going to get more exclusive shit. I'm going to start doing a live stream in there. I'm going to do a live stream in there in the mornings. I haven't picked a day yet, but it's going to be like me just getting on there and cutting up before I go start my day out. I might smoke a number and bullshit with you guys, listen to a little bit of music and, whatever's whatever. But, I think that'd be cool. I'm not going to put them on YouTube. They're just going to be strictly live on that little group there. Just be a little live and they'll be there so people can go back to them. But we're gonna be doing some cool videos. I'm gonna get to do some cool videos with Mark soon. That's gonna be cool. Check that out. That's gonna be super awesome for all you guys. Now you're not gonna get the whole bag of tricks, but you're gonna get me and Mark are gonna be together. We're gonna get to work together a little bit, so that ought to be interesting.
I'm looking forward to that part of it.
I'm not looking forward to that part of it because I feel like you're gonna be overly critical and picky with me. No. I'm not looking forward. Oh, yeah. I know for a fact Mark is going to be over my shoulder supervising. I already fucking know. Well, you know what you could do, because that's whatever, because that's your nature.
Oh,
you can't help it. You're not going to be able to help it. You're going to be giving me pointers. I know you are, and that's fine, whatever, But
well, look, if I give you one pointer that works for you, then it's worth the aggravation of me looking over your shoulder, right?
Okay, yeah.
Look, I'm going to tell you something. Yeah. No, this is the truth. Okay, and I can't explain it to you, but eventually, right? Mm-hmm. Eventually, you will experience this, and I'm going to refer back to Matthew knows John, okay? Because Matthew's dad had John as an employee, and John worked with me, and I would assume that John had worked with Matthew. That said, something happens when you wash windows for a long time, meaning longer than I have. Mm-hmm. I used to watch this guy wash windows, 22-inch brass squeegee, no rubber grip, okay? And he could clean windows basically with his eyes closed and walk away without using a towel, unless he had a vinyl lettering, okay? Mm-hmm. And I used to watch him, and I'm a competitive guy. I'm not going to lie to you, okay? Mm-hmm. Most guys are. Mm-hmm. And I used to just watch him work, and for the longest time, he'd be like, yeah, you beat me to the bottom, but you got 3 drips to wipe, and I don't have any, so you lose. That's the kind of guy he was. Mm-hmm. He could find something in everything. But
are you getting there, though? Are you getting to that point? I'm getting close myself.
That point where, there's very few mistakes, and it's so thorough, and I say to myself, I'm at the point John was when we first started working together, because he was a 50-year window cleaner, to where it's just like so smooth and flows so well. Now you only do it the same way every time.
Right.
You get in that rhythm, but it turns into such an art that only experience brings it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not there yet, but I see what he put into me for me to look forward to.
Right.
And Matthew knows exactly what I'm talking about.
That's what he said here in the in the chat.
Fucking amazing. Now I would never tell him that because I was competitive, right?
Yeah.
This motherfucker would walk behind me, okay, take his pivot mop. He'd be 5 paces behind me, and he'd run it up the back of my leg and then shoot it up the back of my shorts. And it used to fucking piss me off so bad, so bad. One time I seen it coming, and I seen it in the storefronts as we're walking. Right, he's pushing the cart. I got my shit in my hand. And I see him coming up, and as soon as he goes to go up the shorts, I reach down, I grab the pole with the mop on it, and I chuck it into a big-ass fountain, right?
Oh, shit.
Like a 30-foot diameter fountain. I throw it right into the middle, and I just keep going, and he doesn't have a pole or anything to beat his shit. He's like, get back here, asshole, I need to get my shit.
I used to do when I first started window cleaning, the first couple years I worked with my buddy Jeremy, and his brother's the one that used to own the company. What I used to do is I always used to take, like, when we would get our mops wet, he would always get ahead of me so he could be first on the glass because, I'm faster than he is. He knows it. Yeah. But it didn't matter if he got there first or not. But he would always and I would always dip my mop, spin it, and then shove it right in the crack of his ass, just the end of the washer. And put a circle, wet circle. In the middle of his ass. It used to piss him off so bad, dude. Walking around with a gooey butt all day. I fucking used to love doing that to him, bastard.
What I didn't say was when John would did that to my leg from behind, okay, I started that whole thing because I used to take my mop, and like you used to do to Jeremy's ass, I'd do it right between his legs, and I'd go pee pants, and he wore khakis, so it stayed wet for 12 hours. And it would just drip down the
pee Yeah, so, but yeah, I have a renewed vigor. I needed to take some time off the podcast. Last year when we took some time off, there's a little bit of turmoil because Tim was like, well, I'm not doing a show anymore. Fuck you guys. So it was a little bit of like, coming back. But now I'm, I have a renewed vigor for the show. This isn't gonna drop audibly until tomorrow evening because I just, I want to start doing the descriptions better and promoting it a little bit better. So there's gonna be more steps involved. So, but yeah, I really appreciate all you guys. I know Mark does.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
We really enjoy doing this, and we will most likely see you guys next Wednesday. Yep. If you guys want to, like I said, guest suggestions. You guys remember the Facebook group. Suggest a guest. You know what I mean? It's not going to kill you. If you're listening to this and you'd like to come on the show, and you feel you got something to offer, you can come on the show. Just hit us up. Come on. If you just don't come. I'd like to come on the show and then sit there like a wet blanket. If you got something to offer, come on the show.
You want to come out for 15 minutes and hang out? You don't have to come out for the 2 hours. Actually, for the most part, we don't want you for 2 hours, but you're welcome to come for a half hour, come for 15 minutes, come for 10 minutes. Say, hey,
anybody,
come out and share an experience.
And if you want to come on for the whole, there's plenty of guests. Not that we don't like having guests on for the whole show, but it's usually the guys that we have on for a whole show are guys that are business owners like us that got something. That if you're just some fucking dude that cleans windows for Mark, we don't, come on for 20 minutes and then get out of here, John Lee Laberte. But yeah, man, we'll see you guys next Wednesday. We love y'all. Deuces.
Guys, be safe. Peace.
Peace.